Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Bears. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video in the What a Juice channel, and welcome back to an episode of the 2017 Minnesota Vikings Fantasy Draft Rebuild. That's right, we're back, we continue on, and we've got ourselves quite the team. And it's only been a couple of seasons. We started this with this fantasy draft. We drafted a pretty decent team, but we didn't end up getting the quarterback that I would have liked. We ended up getting a very old, past his prime Michael Vick, and he was serviceable for a season, but he was obviously not going to get us where we wanted to go, and we still needed to obviously develop a few more positions along the way. But in the 2018 draft, the very first draft we had to do, we grabbed ourselves the face of the franchise, Joshua Allen. And let me just tell you, we've had Josh Allen for 2 seasons now, and he has gotten us to the playoffs both seasons. And not only the playoffs, we have gotten to the Super Bowl with Josh Allen. We just got to the Super Bowl last episode. We didn't win it, unfortunately, but we just got to the Super Bowl last episode. He is not just the savior of this organization. He is the second coming of Jesus. He is so crazy good in this. He's gotten a team that we put together in a fantasy draft, along with a few extra draft picks from the past couple episodes in the different years that we've gone. He has gotten that team to a Super Bowl. It's crazy. Now, obviously, like I said, we didn't win it, but the future is here with Josh Allen. Our winning window has opened up, which I didn't think would open up for a couple of seasons. It is here. We are in the winning window. We need to win a Lombardi before we have to pay Josh Allen, because then we're not going to be able to pay anybody else. So it's going to be crazy. It is going to be a wild episode. We've got the 20... What draft class is it? Is it the 2020? Or is it 2019? Let me figure it out. So if we've gone 3 seasons, that means then we've done the 2017 season with the 2018 draft. That's where we got Josh Allen. Then episode number 2, we did the 2018 season with the 2019 draft. Then episode number 3, we did the 2019 season with the 2020 draft. So this must be the 20... No, this is the... I don't know. Whatever. We'll find out when we get into the video. But this team needs to just add a few more pieces, and then I think we're pretty much good. I would assume that this episode right here that you're watching is going to be our Super Bowl episode. I mean, I'm assuming because what Josh Allen did last episode, getting us to there and losing, I'm just guessing that's where we're going to be again this year. I hope that's the case. Obviously, we don't know because Madden is kind of unpredictable at sometimes. But I'm guessing that's where we're going to be, and then hopefully we can actually win it this time. We're going to have to find out. If you guys are excited, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. We've got the off season today, and then we've got the regular season as well. We will see what happens in today's episode. Let's go and get it. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's go see what Josh Allen can do in a 3rd season. But of course, before he gets to his 3rd season, we have to go through the off season, right where we pick up right where we left off in the last episode. Josh Allen playing up to an 87 overall. We obviously need to work on the right side of the offensive line because Gordon and Zeitler are probably not going to be what gets it done for a championship, considering Zeitler is 30 years old at this point. But we've got a young Kelsey who's getting into his prime. We've got, obviously, Scary Terry, who we got I think just last episode, we got him, and he's already a superstar development player. He's great, obviously. Stephon Diggs is fantastic. Michael Gallup is serviceable. We'll see what happens. We've obviously got 2 fantastic running backs in Le'Veon Bell and Christian McCaffrey. At some point, we probably should move on from Le'Veon Bell to just anoint Christian McCaffrey as the top guy. We'll find out, though. We'll see what happens. And then on defense, there's not a whole lot that we need to work on. I mean, we could maybe add 1 or 2 more corners. We could obviously replace J.J. Watt because he's getting a little bit older at this point. We maybe could replace Sheldon Richardson and get a younger D tackle too, because we've obviously got Sexy Dexy. So he's going to take that next step. We do have Max Crosby, who does need to get some playtime so he can become the Max Crosby that he is in real life. So maybe we don't need to replace J.J. Watt with anybody else. We just give that spot to Crosby and let him develop. That could also be a possibility. We have Shaq Barrett, who is fine, but I feel like Shaq Barrett's more of a backup in this kind of universe. So maybe we find somebody that's a little bit better, but I'm not saying he's bad. He could certainly be a serviceable starter for us. We'll just have to see how it plays out. Negotiations for the rest of the team. I think I re-signed everybody that we needed to re-sign. Yeah, it doesn't look like I want any of these guys back. We can replace the kicker and punter easily. Jakeem Grant's just not going to get it done, unfortunately. Andrew Luck would be fun, but it's just probably not going to be... I mean, he's old. He's 30. It's just probably not going to be... And it looks like this save was started before, because... The mod that I use... Oh, that's right. I'm not using the mod for this because I had to do the fantasy draft. That's right. What I'm saying is, basically, the guy that does the mods for 2017, 2015, he added in a player model for Andrew Luck. And it looks like obviously, I'm not using it because we had to do the fantasy draft. You can't do a fantasy draft if you're using the mod. But I don't think I want any of these guys back. Derek Jones, he's only 25. He's probably not super expensive. Maybe I could get him like a 2-year deal, $2 million. Okay, he's going to come back. That's not crazy expensive. I'm fine with that. Adolphus Washington, I love you, buddy, but you're asking for $13 million when you're going to be a third string at the best. It's just not going to happen. So we're going to let everybody else walk, and we will go into free agency with about $18 million around there. See what happens. See kind of where the chips are placed. Chips? Free agent signings. What do we got? We got Chris Jones. Okay, so if the best players in your class, the highest overall players in class, are special teamers like kickers and punters, it's not going to be that great of a class. But I digress. Laramie Tunsil is here. That is a very promising and tempting signing. But it's all kickers and punters with a couple of position players sprinkled in. Laramie Tunsil might be where I spend all my money. I mean, he really wants to be here, because we are a Super Bowl favorite, apparently, and we have our franchise quarterback. 14 other teams are interested in him. If I pay him, it's all of my money, but I think this is the best thing to do. So if I can get Laramie Tunsil into his age 30 season, we pay him about 11.5 and 8. That should be enough to have him sign with us. I know that we're competing with a bunch of other teams, but that's really the only offer I can make. So hopefully Laramie Tunsil signed with us. He didn't. Where did Laramie Tunsil sign? He signed with New England. Okay. He signed with New England. That's okay. We can find other tackles in the draft. It's not the end of the world that we didn't get Laramie Tunsil there. I don't even think we need to sign anybody now, because we just look at that class. It was all kickers and punters, basically. So we don't really even need to focus on free agency. We can save that $18 million. We can use that along with the money that we get next season when the cap rolls over, and we can put that towards maybe paying Josh Allen in a couple of seasons. Who knows? I don't know. Let me check the salary. I don't know when Le'Veon Bell's contract comes up. Hopefully it comes up before Christian McCaffrey, because then we can make the decision pretty easily. But let me take a look at the team salaries. Who's coming up in contracts in the future? So Le'Veon's still locked down for 3 more seasons. Diggs' contract comes up next season. That's going to be interesting. We're definitely going to have to pay him. McCaffrey's locked up for 5 years. Reddick needs a new contract. Oh, no. So Diggs and Reddick look like they're the only 2 massive ones. Joe Tooney's probably going to be a big one. Tyler Lockett, we could probably trade. Bradley Roby, hopefully he's not asking for too much. But it looks like that it's just going to be, it's just going to be Diggs and Reddick are the massive ones. And we should have enough money to bring both of them back pretty comfortably. But Tyler Lockett, depending on what we do in this free agency class, we should be able to bring both those guys back, and maybe Tyler Lockett, or maybe I trade him. I don't know yet. I haven't really decided, obviously, because I just found out about it. Oh, this is the 2020 draft. Okay, so that makes me now I figured that out. All right, we only have these quarterbacks on the thing just because I want to keep track of them. We're not going to draft one, obviously. Running back, we're probably not going to take unless it's a guy like A.J. Dillon down the board, but I wouldn't even probably do that because I would probably want to go for receiver. So what is our first? I don't know what our first round pick is, but if we can grab a guy like Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Ayuk, T. Higgins, Michael Pittman Jr., one of these guys is a guy that we need to come away with. because we can pair them with Stephon Diggs and we can pair them with Terry McLaurin. We've got a three-headed monster at wide receiver that Josh Allen can just have a field day with. So any one of these top guys would be amazing to have. As far as, I mean, even these bottom guys like Gabe Davis, Darnell Mooney, DPJ, I mean, they'd be awesome too. One of these guys we probably need to come away with. This is the Tristan Wirfs draft. Perfect. I feel like we need to come away with a few of those guys. We need to come away with Tristan Wirfs. How are we gonna do this? I don't know. What's our draft pick? I know we were in the Super Bowl, so we probably have, we have 31. Do we have any other ones? I don't think I have any other ones. No, we don't have any other draft picks except for pick number 31. Joe Burrow going to go number 1 overall. No surprise there. The big surprise is they have Justin Jefferson at 17. They have Tristan Wirfs at 18. Ayuk is at 22. Okay. They have us taking DeAndre Swift. That's not going to happen. I feel like we always go for Justin Jefferson because obviously you want Justin Jefferson. We are in Minnesota, though, so that makes a little bit more sense to get Justin Jefferson. But I always, when I do the 2020 draft class, I always go for Justin Jefferson because I know how good he is. I never really go for a guy like Brandon Ayuk. Obviously, I would go for CeeDee Lamb, but he's a little bit out of reach. CeeDee's slightly out of reach, but Ayuk, Jefferson, and Wirfs are all in reach of what we could go for. It's just a matter of how I get that pick. I don't know if I have anybody other than Le'Veon Bell that would warrant a first-round pick. Because I'm not trading Kuechly. I'm not trading Kelsey. I'm not trading Diggs. Not trading Juszczyk. And even if I would, he probably wouldn't get a first-round pick because he's a fullback. I'm not trading Reddick. Not trading McCaffrey. Not trading Miles. None of these guys would get a first-round pick except for maybe Josh Allen. But I'm obviously not trading Josh Allen. So I guess maybe this is the time to pull the trigger on the Le'Veon Bell trade. We can probably get a couple first-round picks for Le'Veon Bell. We have his replacement in Christian McCaffrey already in place. So maybe this is the point to get it. Bears don't need a running back. Who needs a running back that has a good pick? So let's see. These guys are still too young. The Browns would be the first one that could absolutely use a first-round pick or use a running back. So they have pick number 7. That's very nice. I like that. So maybe they would be willing to give me all of this for Le'Veon Bell. How much do you value Le'Veon Bell? You know what's funny about this? It's a lot more along the lines of acceptable than I would have expected. Like, this is almost in the orange, and I'm asking for 3 first-round picks and a second-round pick. That's crazy. Okay, so we can make this happen. We can absolutely make this happen. And since we simulated, we can't trade Andrew Luck, but I don't think they'd want Jay Cutler. Who's their quarterback in the first place? Who's their quarterback? They don't have a quarterback, so they're in desperate need of a quarterback. They're probably going to draft one with the 7th overall pick. Not anymore, buddy. Jay Cutler. Smoking Jay. They don't want him. It's probably going to be a draft pick. But maybe it could be a 2023 draft pick, like a second-round pick in 2023. That gets us into the orange. What about if I just swap first-round picks in This is 2023, I think, right? Or 2022, whatever it is. What about if we just swap? Okay, maybe that's not the right case. Maybe I'm asking for a little bit too much. So what about if I just ask for a first and a second this year and a first next year? Okay, we're talking big bucks now. We're into the green. It's the light green, but we're into the green. What about a 3rd-round pick? Not really moved too much about that. 2nd-round pick. Slightly more. I'll think about throwing in a player. We have tight ends. No, we don't. We have just Travis Kelce. Outside linebackers, we have Basham and Greenlaw. I don't need Basham if I have Greenlaw. And then we have Shaquille Barrett. We have very little depth at outside linebacker, but I could give you Basham because I have Greenlaw, and I like Greenlaw better. That didn't do much. Okay. Is this going to be even possible? It's going to have to be draft picks if it is. So do we give up 2021 draft picks, or do we give up 2022 draft picks? I've already got my second round pick in there. I guess I could do my 2022 first round pick, and maybe I could take away the second round pick and see where their head's at. Okay, now we're talking. So what I'm gonna do is I can probably throw you like a 2027 7 and a 2028 7, or I guess 2021 and 2 7s. And that doesn't, okay, that didn't move. Maybe it's gonna have to be a 5th round pick or something. How about a 5th round pick in 2022? How about a 5th round pick in 6th round pick in 2020? Maybe it's gonna have to be a 4. Maybe it's gonna have to be a 4. I'm really throwing away my 2022 picks, aren't I? Oh, how is that not good to go? How is that not a trade? Is it 2 4s and a 1? I mean, I'm asking for a lot, but I'm giving up a lot too. I'm giving up 2 4s. I'm giving up a 1. That didn't even get it done. Okay, maybe we take Jay Cutler out and we throw another player in there. What other player can I throw in there? I could probably throw in a receiver. Like, I'm not going to need Cordell Patterson. He's too old at this point anyway. This goes through, most definitely. Do I want to do this is the big question, because we're getting a second first round pick, we're getting a second round pick, and we're getting the Browns first round pick for next season, which is the 2021 NFL draft. So we'd have 2 first round picks next year as well. But we won't have a first round pick in 2022. Unless we obviously make a move for one. I think I'm okay with that. That didn't go through? Wow, I thought Cordell Patterson would put that over the limit. I guess I was wrong. Let me find a player that they would actually want then. I mean, I could give them Kevin Zeitler, but I don't want to do that. Let's see. Who do I want to give you? I don't really have a lot of depth, do I? Except for at corner. I could give you... We just re-signed Derek Jones. I could give you Emmanuel Mosley. Let me give you Emmanuel Mosley. Maybe that puts it through. No, that doesn't get it done. So what about if I... It looks like I'm going to have to give up either a better player or a 3rd round pick. Which is kind of crazy, but I'm getting back a decent haul. So I guess I'm just going to ruin my 2022 draft. Trade offer accepted. So Le'Veon Bell is now in Cleveland. I give up Basham, Bell, obviously, a 1st round pick and a 3rd round pick in 2022, and a 4th in 2021 to get back 2 picks this year, 1st and 2nd, and then a pick in 2021. I think I'm okay with that. I obviously have to be now because I accepted it. So with that being said, we now sit right here at pick number 7. They're thinking about taking Tua Tagovailoa, obviously, because the Browns had no quarterback on the roster, so they obviously need a quarterback. That's not going to happen now, buddy. Sorry. But that puts us in prime position to take anybody that we want. We can take CeeDee Lamb. We can take basically everybody from 8 below. We can take. Is that a band? 8 below? I don't know. Basically everybody from here we can take on the draft. I could trade up from 7 to get Chase Young, which I've never done before. I don't think I'm going to do it, but that's something that is a possibility now. I kind of want to get CeeDee Lamb. Now that we're in the situation where we can have CeeDee Lamb, I kind of want to get him because I've never had him in one of these rebuilds before. We've had Justin Jefferson plenty of times. I know obviously that we're the Vikings. It would make perfect sense, but we've had Justin Jefferson plenty of times before. I just don't think it would... I don't want to get him again. I mean, he's amazing, but I don't want to get him again. I probably should trade up from 31 to get in position for an offensive lineman, especially a guy like Tristan Wirfs. But again, we always get Tristan Wirfs, or at least I always attempt to get Tristan Wirfs. Maybe I should play it safe and just stick it the pick that we're at, because there's going to be tackles in the upcoming classes that are good too. So I don't know. Let's play it out. Let's go to the draft, see what happens. Maybe even at 7 I trade down. I don't know. Because, as you saw, CeeDee Lamb wasn't projected to go to, like, pick 12 or something. So, maybe we trade down from pick 7 to, like, pick, I don't know, 10 or 11 or something if that's offered. And we're able to get some good stuff back for it. I hope, at least. Start drafting. Number 1 pick is the Raiders. The Raiders. Who are they going to take? They take Joe Shiesty. Joe Burrow heads to Vegas. Simmons is number 2. Chase Young is 3. Derek Brown is 4. Everything's going to plan. Andrew Thomas. Jerry Jeudy. And now we are up. So we can take whoever we want. Basically, the whole board is available. We're not going to take a quarterback, obviously. We know who's on the board. We don't know is, what are the offers? What are the trade offers? So the Bears are giving me pick 15. 32. 18 from Tampa. 17 from Houston. I feel like if I'm going to trade pick 7, I got to get multiple first-round picks. That just seems like a no-brainer, right? Pick 14, pick 21. It seems like nobody that has a decent pick in the top 10 wants to give me their pick, except for the Jags, who are projected to take CeeDee Lamb. And only the teams that are good are willing to give up their picks from the next couple of years, which makes sense, obviously. But I was hoping that they wouldn't make sense, so I could capitalize on that. I'm not trading with Cincinnati to the final pick, because then I would just have 2 back-to-back picks. I know they're giving me a whole lot of stuff for it, but these trades are not that good. I feel like I could make a trade that's better. Probably not, though. I'd probably have to end up giving up stuff, more stuff than I would want to. Let me just go and call up a general manager here. So we could maybe call up Denver. Denver has a decent draft pick, I think. Denver Broncos, they have pick 11. That's right before Jacksonville, who is projected to take CD. So if we trade with Jacksonville, they'd obviously have to give me their first-round pick in 2021. And I'd probably want their first-round pick in 2022 as well, because I got rid of mine. So if I trade down from pick 7 to pick 11 and pick up 2 extra first-round picks, I'd be fine with that. And that's not going to get the job done. They need a quarterback just as bad as the Browns did. I'd give them smoking Jay Cutler. No, why nobody want Jay Cutler? What's wrong with Jay? He was married to Kristen Cavallari. How are you going to reject him? Maybe 3 first-round picks is too much, but it's pick 7. There's quarterbacks on the board. Tua's on the board. Justin Herbert's on the board. There's quarterbacks on the board. You can get your franchise guy right here, right now. Just give me your next 2 years of draft picks. How do we do this where I get what I want? I guess I could just stick and pick somebody now. I guess I don't have to get 3 first-round picks for pick number 7, but it's a top 10 pick. I feel like you got to get at least 1 extra first-round pick. So maybe I ask for, I don't know, this. 2 firsts and a second. No, that's about the same value. What about if I ask for 2 firsts and a third in 2022? Okay, now we're speaking some languages here. I can still throw in Jay. I've got Jake Browning and his hot girlfriend. I don't need Jay Cutler anymore. But they don't really want him. So how about we take away Jay, because he doesn't really affect anything. And I can throw in a 5th-round pick this year. How's that? Okay, that didn't really do much. What about I can throw in a... I already got rid of my 4th. Ooh. I mean, I could give him a 3rd, but that doesn't really feel right. I don't know. I don't know where I want to go with this. What's the 3rd do? 3rd gets us into the dark green, but I still have to offer more. Broncos don't really have a lot of picks to work with anyway. It doesn't have to be Denver. It's just who was right before the Jags. I think either we just accept one of the trades that's already given to us to make it easier, or I just stick and pick somebody at 7. The only problem with that is there's not amazing offers. I mean, I could take the Bengals pick who beat us in the Super Bowl. I could take the Steelers at 24, but then all the guys would be gone. Basically, the whole reason we traded Le'Veon Bell was to get a pick in the top 10. I don't want to trade that far out of it. But all these trades just aren't seeming like they're worth it. Pick 26, that's stupid. Falcons aren't even offering me a first-round pick. Dallas has given me 19. Indianapolis is 20. Chargers. I don't really like any of these trades. The only trade that I like is the Bengals trade. But I'm not going to do that because that's pick 32. That defeats the whole purpose. But that's the only trade that gives me the compensation that I feel good about. I mean, that's something that I would accept if it wasn't pick 32. That's the whole reason why they're offering me. I understand. So I think we just stick at 7 and take somebody here. Maybe we do a little bit of reaching. I don't know. We're not going to take the quarterbacks. We need a corner. We could take Henderson or Okuda or maybe Damon Arnett or obviously Tristan Wirfs or CeeDee Lamb, which both will be gone by the next time we come up. We need a receiver to pair alongside Diggs and Terry McLaurin, and I've never gotten CeeDee before. He's obviously a fantastic player, but a top 10 pick? That's tough. That's so tough. Because Tristan Wirfs is staring me right in the face, and I talked about how we needed to work on the right side of the offensive line. But I've gotten Tristan Wirfs before. I've never gotten CeeDee Lamb before. Screw it. I'm taking CeeDee. I've gotten Tristan Wirfs before. I want to get some fresh faces on you. Somebody I've never seen in a rebuild before. CeeDee Lamb is that guy. We take him at pick number 7. Now we don't pick again until the second to last pick of the first round. So we'll kind of see where the landscape changes. What's Jacksonville going to do? That was their projected guy. The board, I think, is following the same thing as it was previously. Oh, they take Justin Jefferson. So they kind of won out there. I guess I got to say that. They did take a very talented player. Ayuk goes to Houston. Mekhi Becton. Tua's in Dallas now. Patrick Queen. Jordan Brooks. Jonathan Taylor's in Tennessee. Jedrick Wills. Tristan Wirfs to Philadelphia. I forgot he was on the board still. AJ Terrell. That's probably who I would have taken if he would have fell. I thought Tristan Wirfs got taken earlier. I would have traded up for him if I realized he was still there. I didn't realize he fell so far. Alright, now we are in a weird spot because we've got our wide receiver now. We need offensive line, which everybody here left is a day 2 or day 3 guy. We need offensive line. We need corner. I'm kind of leaning towards Jalen Johnson, actually. I know that may sound a little weird, but I'm kind of leaning Jalen Johnson. We need to get younger at corner. I like Jalen Johnson. We're going to go with him. And he's a hidden development player. Very solid. Good guy. That's a W of a first round right there. I feel like that's a W of a first round. Ross Blacklock, Michael Pittman's in Vegas. Oh, Joe Burrow's got himself a receiver now. All right. Kyle Duggar goes. Justin Herbert's in Seattle. And then Grant Delpit. So we have 2 second-round picks. We could take Jalen Hurts for the memes. We could take Robert Hunt, I guess. Antoine Winfield. I kind of like the Antoine Winfield one. Uche's there. I like Uche. I like Willie Gay. Ooh, there's a couple really good options. I kind of think that the Antoine Winfield pick is the best one. Let me quickly take a look at our roster for a second. Okay, so we've got ourselves an extra receiver. That's fine. We've got 4 receivers now plus Tyler Lockett. We need... Ooh, we do need a right tackle, though. Mailata's starting now. Okay. And then defensively, we've got Tyrann Mathieu. How old is Tyrann Mathieu? He is 28 years old. And then we've got Foyesade. Okay, so we add in a corner. So basically we need offensive line. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. We could take Robert Hunt and fill that right guard spot over Zeitler. There's not really a whole lot of tackles, is there? The right tackle spot is kind of just Isaiah Wilson, and I'm not going to do that, even though it'd be funny. I'm not going to take Austin Jackson. I think we might have to just ride it out on the right tackle spot for a season, and then hopefully get somebody next year, because I'm not going to take anybody there. But who do we take? Do we just take best player available? Do we take a safety like Antoine Winfield? Or do we grab another receiver like T. Higgins? The decisions are decisioning. There's Justin Madubuike, which I like a lot. I like Justin Madubuike a lot. We could go Uche or Willie Gay, because I talked about how Shaq Barrett's not really the safe. Like, he's not safe, necessarily. I kind of like Josh Uche here. I'm a big fan of Josh Uche in real life. I think I'm going to take him. Josh Uche, only normal development for Uche, really? That means him, and I think Willie Gay also has normal development. Or maybe he has star. I can't remember. But only normal development for Uche is kind of crazy. Because he's a very good player. Jordan Love still ends up in Green Bay. DeAndre Swift, Xavier McKinney. Hurts is in Jacksonville now. Okay. Epinesa. I'm hoping that Madubuike falls to the final pick of the second round, or the second to last pick of the second round. But I don't know if he will. Antonio Gibson, A.J. Dillon, Logan Wilson, Isaiah Wilson, Gladney, Akers, Claypool, Darrell Taylor, Devon Hamilton, Aquara, Robert Hunt, Brandon Jones. Madubuike goes to the Dolphins, and then Willie Gay goes the next pick. That's kind of frustrating. But Trayvon Diggs and T. Higgins are still available. Madubuike's gone. Sucks. I don't think I can pass up on T. Higgins. I mean, he's staring me in the face all the time. I don't think I can pass up on T. I know we've just taken a receiver in CeeDee Lamb, but I can't pass up on T. Higgins. Only normal development for T, really. I guess he wasn't, like, super valuable out of college. He kind of developed in the NFL. But that's a fine pick. That's a fine pick. He's going to turn into something. If not trade bait. All right, pick 31 of the third round. If Trayvon Diggs would have been there again, I would have taken him. All right, we don't need a receiver anymore. Biotish is still the only center, or is the only center on the board. Ooh, where do we go here? Do we go Alex Highsmith? I think I might go Tyler Biotish. We could always use a center because we got Corey Linsley. Normal development on Tyler. It's kind of a mess up. That's kind of a miss. I thought he'd have at least star. It's okay. It's okay. Bryce Hall is still available. Cam Curl is still available. Geno Stone is still available. I think this could be a Bryce Hall pickup. Add another corner to the roster, because we still need to get younger at corner. Normal development, though. It's okay. It's radio. Into the 5th round. John Pennicini? Gabe Davis and Mooney are still available. So Geno Stone got taken, but Cam Curl's still there. I can't take a third receiver. I can't take a third receiver, dog. That's crazy. I know that it's Gabe Davis and he's a good player, but I can't take a third receiver. I'm not a psycho. I'm crazy, but I'm not a psycho. I might take Tyler Bass. Man, there's not a whole lot available here in the 5th round. We need a kicker. I'm going to take Tyler Bass here. I'm not taking a third receiver. We have already some very, very good receivers. We have a lot of depth at receiver now. I can't take another receiver. So we'll take Tyler Bass. We'll see what's available here in the 6th round. We've got Jordan Fuller and Cam Curl. I might as well just take Cam Curl now. Man, I'm striking out with these normal developments. I thought for sure that somebody would have one. And then I'll just let the CPU handle the rest of it. It's only like one more pick, so we'll see who they take in the 7th round. I could not rationalize taking a third receiver, especially a guy like Gabe Davis, who's probably going to be a lower overall. CeeDee Lamb's a 78 overall. That's awesome. Jalen Johnson's 74. Uche's a 73. Higgins is a 72. Biotish is a 64. Bryce Hall's a 68. Bass is a 70. They took Justin Herron. Okay, he's a 59. He sucks. All right, best player in the class was Chase Young at 80, Derek Brown 80, Jerry Jeudy at 80. We got a guy right up there with 78 overall CD. I think that was a good draft. I mean, obviously I left a lot of talent on the board when I didn't take Tristan Wirfs. I didn't take a lot of guys, actually. But I feel like I did okay for what our team needed, except for obviously that right tackle spot. Jordan Mailata is going to have to get the job done. And we only have one running back on the roster. I might have to sign a free agent or something. All right, but the offense still looks very, very good. I'm going to make CD number 3. Defensively, I'm going to make Max Crosby the starter over J.J. Watt. We're looking pretty tasty everywhere else. And then I need to make sure that Christian McCaffrey is not out on the field. Okay, he's a third-down running back, obviously, but he's no longer the slot receiver as he's been for the past couple episodes. He's been the slot receiver. But I probably need to go and, although I don't know if I have any money. I think I was negative, right? I might be negative cap room to sign a running back. Yeldon, Bernard. Who's a young running back? Marshawn Lynch is there. I see him down there. 34 years old. Who is a practice squad eligible running back? They're not going to be anybody good. Who's cheap? The cheapest running back is Darius Bradwell. Everybody else. Bishop Zagay! We could go with... let's just see if I have any money in the first place. Okay, I do have enough money to sign somebody. Let's just go for Marshawn Lynch. Although he's $2 million, that might be a waste. Screw it. It's Marshawn Lynch. Let's go with Marshawn Lynch. Backup running back to Christian McCaffrey is now Marshawn Lynch. That's kind of crazy. Is there right tackle? There's right tackles that are higher overall than Jordan Mailata, but we might as well give Jordan Mailata the shot. See if he can develop into what he is in real life, which is a very, very good player. So I'm going to simulate all this, get up to the normal, or up to week 1, get the draft class loaded in, do all that kind of stuff, and we'll be ready to go for the regular season. All right, I have loaded in the 2021 NFL Draft. Obviously, you guys know the drill. It's Trevor Lawrence, it's Justin Fields, it's Mac Jones, it's all the boys. Jalen Waddle, everybody you know from that's good in the NFL right now is basically in this draft class. So 2021 is here. We're going to start simulating. I'm not going to play week number 1. We will start simulating and see if there's anybody good on our roster that plays well. We win against the Bears big time, 42-7. Now we play the Ramsies. Ramsey Whamsies. Are we going to get a 2-0 start to the NFL season? No, we lose 31-24 against the Rams. Not ideal, but McCaffrey at least is getting upgraded, which is the whole point. That's why we traded Le'Veon Bell. Remember, Le'Veon Bell was originally drafted for trade bait. If you go back to that very first video, we drafted Le'Veon Bell for trade bait down the line, and it ended up coming true in this video now. Make it to week number 4. We're getting some good upgrades for some guys that need it. Week number 5 against the Packers. You know what? I think I'm going to jump in game number 7, week number 7, because that's going to Lambeau. I kind of want to play in Lambeau, so we will jump in and play against them. Although they beat us at home, now we play the Jets, who are 1-4. We should be able to beat them pretty easily, right? Show me a W. Back-to-back losses. That's not great. Very, 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 very much not great. But we can get back on the winning ways with a W against the Green Bay Packers. Let's go get it done. All right, we are jumping in. First drive of the game in Lambeau against the Green Bay Cheeseheads. Are we going to be able to get off the losing streak that we're currently on here and get a W? We just lost to the Packers a couple of weeks ago in simulation. So we're going to have to try to get back in our winning ways here. I'm going to run a little play action boot flood. Get Josh Allen on the run. Get some people in separation. Kyle Juszczyk's wide open, but Josh Allen underthrows the throw, and it's picked off. I mean, Kyle Juszczyk had like 3 yards of separation. Allen just threw a bad ball that was underthrown. Kenny Vaccaro swiped it. That is unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. And the Packers score 7 out of it. Let's let the CPU handle things for a while. First play that I throw is an interception. That makes complete sense given the context clues of this channel. But now we lead 21-7, 21-10 now into the halftime. Okay, so Packers are starting to climb back. They got a touchdown before the first half, and then they got it again. 35-25. Packers are fighting. This is a good Packer team, and they lose. We get the W, 35, what was that, 35-25? I didn't need to jump in there. If I was going to jump in, I would have lost the game pretty much. So that's a big W. You love to see it, 35-25 over Green Bay on the road. Josh Allen goes into Lambeau and beats Aaron Rodgers. That's a big W. We needed to get a W there. We get back into the win column, especially against a rival. So I'll take that. That's a huge W. I think we play the Eagles next. I don't know how good the Eagles are. Jordan Mailata goes up in overall. That's nice to see. I mean, we've basically given him the reins. But remember, there's one thing that I didn't tell you about this 2021 draft class. Obviously, you know, the right tackle spot has one guy that anybody would want, and it is Penei Sewell. He is in the 2021 NFL draft class, and I am very enticed. I'm salivating at the mouth about the idea of Penei Sewell, and we are losing a bunch of games that we probably shouldn't. We just lost to Philadelphia. We can't lose to New England. Okay, 20-10. We beat the Patriots. We're battling with the Packers, but we're better than that. We were just in the Super Bowl last year. We're better than the Green Bay Packers, but yet we're playing down to competition. Allen gets an upgrade point. He's now an 83 true overall. We've got Week 11, which is focus players. All right. Who do we use this on? Probably Penei Sewell, right? I added a lot of wide receivers and a lot of corners just because I was very much desperate for those positions, probably. And I think we should scout Penei Sewell. So Amon-Ra St. Brown, Landon Dickerson, Penei Sewell will be our Week 11 scout, focus player scouts. We can keep simulating. Buccaneers are bad. We got to get a W here. Take the wins that we can get. They're a bad team. We lose to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Foyesade has an upgrade, though, or a possibility for a development upgrade. I don't think he's going to get it. Going from star to superstar is pretty impossible in simulation. I doubt that he gets it here. But maybe he will. Maybe he'll surprise me. We lost the game. We are in a spiral, and he had a pretty quiet game out there. Yeah, not surprised. Not surprised he had a pretty quiet game out there. I will jump in and play this Bears team because we need the wins. I need to get out there and get a W. So we will go and play Chicago. We're starting to slip a little bit. Slip. Negotiations. $89 million. Well, we have to bring back Stephon Diggs. That's just a guarantee. I'm going to give him a 6-year deal. 18.5. 13. Stephon Diggs is back. Mega contract. We have to pay Hassan Reddick, so I'm going to bring him back. $12 million. 8.5. He's coming back. Joe Tooney we're going to pay on a 4-year deal. 10.5. 7.5. He's coming back. Still $24 million, and now we're into the kind of iffy options. We're obviously... Maybe I should sign Josh Allen before he gets expensive. Maybe I shouldn't accept the 5th-year player option on Josh Allen. I don't know. I guess we won't know for sure until next episode, so you guys can leave your comments down below. Should I sign Josh Allen before he gets crazy expensive, or should I accept his option and then let it ride out for the next couple years? I'm not 100% sure. Bradley Roby we should probably also get back. I'll get him back on a 3-year deal, 1.5, and he's coming back. Okay, so we still have $22 million. Tyler Lockett, I think, is going to be a casualty. I think he's going to get traded, mainly because we did just bring CeeDee Lamb and T. Higgins to the roster, so kind of Tyler, and he's getting older, so he kind of just falls to the wayside. But now it's time to jump in, play the Chicago Bears, and hope that we can get this win streak back going and actually make the playoffs, because we were just in the Super Bowl last year, so if we don't make the playoffs this year, that's not the direction you want to go. Jumping in, first drive of the game. Hopefully we don't throw a pick this time like I did against the Green Bay Packers. But we're back at home. We're in a dome. The conditions are much more favorable. I don't think I'm going to be throwing a pick this time. This time I find Christian McCaffrey. He's not in the slot anymore. He's running out of the backfield because he's the #1 guy. He's the go-to man. He's the workhorse, the bell cow. Jump on his back and ride him till he's wet and put him away. Christian McCaffrey, that's what I'm talking about. That's a big run. 18 big yards for CMC. We are going to ride this man until it's raw. 23 yards, 2 carries. That's a pretty good start. That is a pretty good start on the ground. We're going to run a little dagger play here because either Diggs, one of these three is going to get open. Diggs, Lamb, or McLaurin. One of them is going to get open here, and it looks like it's going to be Terry, and it's not going to happen because Josh Allen overthrew him. To be fair, he probably wasn't open, but still was inaccurate. That's okay. I've been praising Josh Allen for 2 episodes since we brought him in. He's not going to disappoint me on a couple of throws, especially because he can do things like this. Josh Allen gets the first down, extends the drive. I'm hard. Bench pivot. Pivot. Oh, that's wide open. That's CeeDee Lamb, the rookie. CeeDee's nuts. Big first down from the 21-yard line. Oh, and CeeDee's getting a little chippy. Chip. Let's go with a PA bunch shot. Little play action. Roll out to the side. Maybe find Terry open for a tutty. I like the sound of that. Oh, Terry's wide. He's booty cheek open, but Josh Allen completely sailed it. Wow, that's crazy. Josh Allen doesn't usually overthrow those kind of passes. Maybe he had a guy in his face. I don't know. I couldn't really see if there's anybody coming in his face, but I mean, my man McLaurin was wide open. He was booty cheek, buck naked, wide open. McLaurin is open now, and he's got himself the first down. There's a little bit of a risky pass there. A little bit of a risky pass. But it worked. First and goal. CJ. Why did I say CJ? It's Christian McCaffrey. There's no CJ in his name. McCaffrey gets close. He gets to the 1. I kind of like McLaurin here. Obviously, what's going to happen is the guy with the X Factor under his body is going to cover the Diggs route, and then the guy that's over top of Diggs, he's going to go cover McLaurin. But I think I can get this to McLaurin before that happens. So let's find out. I couldn't get it to McLaurin. I pressed the button, and as soon as I snapped it, but it did not register for some reason. So, yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work, but that's okay because we got another situation here. 3rd and goal from the 1. Fire it in. It's going to be CeeDee, the rookie, getting a touchdown. I'm happy we drafted him. I really am. And that's a 7-0 start. Are we going to keep the ball going? Yeah, there's a big touchdown. 14-0. End of the first half. 17-0. Bears get 3 before the half's over. Then they get a touchdown. Uh-oh. Let's not get crazy here. Another field goal. We missed it or didn't attempt it. I don't know what happened there, but we didn't get the field goal. 17-10. The Bears are fighting, and they tied the game. Chicago has tied it. We're into field goal range with 40 seconds to go. It is a tie game at 17. I don't want a field goal, though. I want to win this game convincingly, but I don't know if we're going to be able to. I obviously can't run no huddle because that is going to run the clock down. 2nd and 6. 17 seconds on the clock. Snap it. Josh Allen takes the sack because I didn't know where to go. Not good. They want us to kick the field goal on 3rd down? No. Oh, we got one more play. We got a timeout. Why would I kick the field goal with a timeout left? I believe in Stephon Diggs. To be fair, Stephon probably would have caught that, but Josh Allen threw that very poorly. This has been a bad day for Josh Allen. Let me just say that. But we should be able to get the W. with the field goal, and we do, and that is the game. We win 20-17 at home against the Bears. We needed that one. That keeps us in the contention for the division and for the playoffs, so that's much needed. We absolutely had to win that. Could not fall to the Bears. Could not fall to the Bears. So Tyler Bass, we drafted a kicker for a reason. Look at that. You guys probably were clowning me in the comments, taking a kicker in the 5th round when there was still talent on the board. He just probably got us that win. And if I would have had a different kicker, maybe he misses it. I don't know. You know, it can't be proven. So now we play the Panthers. They're 7-5. They're a pretty good football team. But we are better. We're not better. What is happening? We were just in the Super Bowl last year. How are we not winning a bunch of games? Is it really because of the right tackle? Is Jordan Mailata hurting us that much? He's got to be. Because that's really the only thing that was downgraded this year. Everything else was either upgraded or stayed the same. So is the fact that we don't have a right tackle that big of a deal? I mean, everything else is the same, if not better. Maybe it's Max Crosby too? I have no idea. We have 2 guys that are below a 70. That's it. Everything else is basically the same. And we're not in the Super Bowl this year. We might not even make the playoffs. We might not even make the playoffs this year. If we beat the Lions, okay, that keeps us in the battle. Are we in the playoff picture? We are not. We're not in the playoff picture. That's booty cheeks. That's real booty cheeks. Can we beat the Titans, please? We do. We are 8-8, taking on a bad Lions team. They are a real bad Lions team. I don't know if we win this, do we get in? What are the standings looking like? So if we go into the NFC, there's a lot of teams ahead of us, including our division rival Packers. But I guess if we get in, the only way that we get in is if we win the division. Because as you can see, the Niners and the Seahawks are both up here. So one of them is going to win the division. And then the other will take the playoff spot, most likely. The Eagles have already won the division, the East. So that means the Cowboys are pretty much guaranteed a spot, a wild card spot. The Saints and the Falcons are already in. So the Panthers are going to get a spot. So 3 teams from the South are going to get in. There's not a whole lot of hope that we get in the playoffs here unless we beat the Lions, the Packers lose, and we win the division. That's the only chance I feel like we have to get the playoffs. Will that happen, though? It did. We won the division. You've got to be kidding me. We won the division. Joshy Poo, you saved me. We won the division on the final week. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Stats on the year. It couldn't have been that good. I mean, 3,800 yards, 25 touchdowns, 6 picks. That's a fine season from Josh. He could do better. He could certainly do better. McCaffrey in his first season as the true starter had 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns. Love to see it. Terry McLaurin actually led the team in receiving, not Stephon Diggs. Okay, whatever, dog. And then CD, the rookie. Maybe he gets Offensive Rookie of the Year. Maybe. I don't know. Possibly. Question mark. Luke Kuechly obviously dominated because he's a stud. Foya saw with 97 tackles. Greenlaw with 97. Bradley Roby with 95. Didn't expect that. Tackle for loss leader was Richardson with 18. Reddick had 13. Garrett had 12. Garrett led the team with sacks with 8. 5 for Reddick. 4 for Dexter Lawrence. 6 interceptions for Luke Kuechly. Wow. Okay. Maybe he got defensive player. He didn't have really any sacks, but maybe they value picks. I have no idea. 2 interceptions for Roby and J.C. Jackson, and then 1 for Tyrann Mathieu. All right. Well, we've got playoff football. For some reason, I don't know how the Packers sold that. They had the playoffs there. They had the division pretty much locked up, and I think they went on maybe like a 2-game losing streak or something. They completely sold. We capitalized, even though we shouldn't be in this spot in the first place. We should have won at least 13, 14 games again, but we didn't. We played the Panthers. Fortunately, we're a division winner, so we get a home field game. Let's go see if we can keep this Cinderella magical playoff appearance alive with a victory over the Panthers. Okay, playoff wild card round. The division winners, the Minnesota Vikings, somehow have made the playoffs and are in against Carolina. McCaffrey's original team, not in this universe, but his original team. And we are going to try to oust them from playoff football, if I can actually snap the ball and throw it. Somehow that got over the head of that defender into McLaurin's hands. I pressed that button like 3 times. It didn't register again, just like it did in the other game. Oh, bad throw. Oh, but I thought it was going to work out. I did not mean to press that. I thought I pressed a different button, but I accidentally pressed the right trigger, or the right bumper, whatever it is. Yeah, that didn't go. That was not supposed to happen. Oops, my bad. All right, is Kelsey going to get open here? Oh, Kelsey's butt naked. Kelsey's booty cheek. Joshy, Bo. Come here, Josh. I want to say something to you right now, okay, Josh? Can you hear me? You suck. You suck big, fat balls. Come on, Josh. What are you doing? Travis Kelce had his man wide open, and you didn't do anything. How do you overthrow a man that's dating Taylor Swift? Well, not in this universe he is. And then you overthrow... Josh, I praised you for 2 episodes. I compared you to Jesus. And you're doing this to me? That's bold. That is bold. We'll see what he does. We'll see what the CPU does. I won't get involved. There's a big touchdown. Maybe the defense can do some things. Allowing a field goal, that's fine, especially if we get another touchdown here. We do. Into the second half now. Panthers fire back with a touchdown of their own and a 2-point conversion. We get a field goal, 17-11. It's dicey. Okay, that makes it less dicey. 25-11. 25-18. Okay. I like it. They have 1 timeout remaining. 25-18. 3rd and 4. McCaffrey bounces off a tackle and can't get the job done. Christian McCaffrey might have sold the game. Did they get it? Did they win? We won! We survive against Dak Prescott and the Carolina Panthers. I thought for a second that they won that because they pushed the ball all the way down the field there at the last couple seconds. But we do have more playoff football to be had this season, which is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Divisional round matchup. Unfortunately, from this point on, we probably won't have any more home playoff games unless the crazy thing happens and all the big teams lose. It looks like we are. We're having another home playoff game because the 5 seed, although we're the 4 seed, I keep forgetting that a division team is the higher seed. So we are the 4 seed, even though we snuck into the playoffs. So we do get a second home playoff game. But if the Saints win, I guess if the Packers win, we'll get 3 straight home playoff games. But if the Saints win, obviously we'll go to New Orleans. But it's a divisional round matchup against the Atlanta Falcons. They're 11-6. They might be the favorite on paper, but we got that heart. We got the heart of a lion. We're spunky. Yeah, I said it. We're spunky. We got it. We got this one. In the bag. W. Like Jameis Winston. I don't know how he did the finger thing. I can't really fold my fingers like he did. But W. We got it. All right, here we are. In the NFC divisional round, Falcons already take a lead, but we get it right back. 7-7. Now it's 14-7. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Falcons seem like they're a pretty dominant team. I mean, they're up 28-7. This is kind of crazy. We're into the second half. I don't even know if the magic hands of Josh Allen can get this done. I mean, it might be sayonara for the good guys. I don't know what everybody's button was. I thought for some reason that Travis Kelce was Y. I don't know. I don't know. That's a pick from Will Redmond, a pick 6. Pick. And that's going to be the ball game. Let's just clear that out. That's the ball game. 35-7 in the 4th quarter. They put up another one. Yeah, we got blown out. Oh my God. This Atlanta team's crazy. I hope they win the Super Bowl. I mean, this team is insane. You're blowing us. We're not that bad of a team. And you're blowing us out of the water? You're blowing me? This bad? Josh on the ground on his back. Maybe he went to the same massage parlor that Robert Kraft went to. I don't know. But I need to go there after a game like this. I didn't think I'd get blown this hard. Stephon Diggs. Big catch. Big catch. Maybe I can run. What's this fake screen wheel? I've never run this before. Let's try it. Oh, is Kelsey open? Oh, good heavens. Travis Kelsey. That would have been insane. That would have been absolutely mind-boogling. Wow, that would have been crazy. Under a minute to go. I don't know what my buttons are. I do know this button, though. Josh. 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 I'm erect. That was insane. What a throw. That type of throw is what gets general managers hard. And it has gotten me fully erect. What a throw. My God. Put that on the highlight reel. That was that had to have been like a 60 or 70 yard throw. That was insane. We lost big, by the way. Not to bury the lead. We lost big. But that was a crazy throw. So, unfortunately, we don't get back to the Super Bowl. I think what we're going to have to do is address that right tackle spot in this draft. And there's only one man on planet Earth that can fill our holes the way that we need to have them filled. And that is Mr. Penei Sewell. He's a professional hole filler, and he's going to fill my hole in this draft. That's just how it's going to happen. So, unfortunately, the Saints did beat the Falcons, so they're not going to be in the Super Bowl. But it's Chargers and Saints. Who's going to win? It is going to be the Chargers. Okay, Matthew Stafford, quarterback of the Chargers. All right. He got them a Super Bowl. Derek Carr wins MVP. Sirianni, Coach of the Year. Des Bryant, Leighton Vander Esch are the Players of the Year. Justin Jefferson is the Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Jaguars. And Chase Young gets the Defensive Rookie of the Year for dem Ravens. But, Cheeks, the next episode will be where decisions are made. We've got, 2 draft picks, right? Because we made that trade with the Bengals? Or no, the Browns. We made a trade with somebody. So let's go and see what those draft picks are before we end the episode. They are going to be pick number 9. Thank you, Cleveland. I knew I could count on you to suck. Cleveland bails me out. They give me a top 10 pick. We have pick number 27. But Cleveland gives me a top 10 pick. That's huge. We can use that to get Penei Sewell now. Woo! That's crazy. Let's go. All right, that's going to be awesome. That's going to be a great episode next episode. We'll fill our hole at right tackle. We may even fill a need at defensive end because I don't know if Max Crosby... Actually, we didn't even take a look at any development upgrade or potential development upgrades. So, nothing on the offense, it looks like, except for CD is officially a superstar. Doesn't look like anybody else is upgraded. Everybody's the same. Defensively, unfortunately, Max Crosby only went up 1 overall. Oh, Reddick actually went up to X Factor. That's cool. But Crosby only goes up 1 overall and still in normal development. So I guess we are going to have to get a new right end or left end, whatever it is. It doesn't look. And Sheldon Richardson's superstar now. I just noticed that. So a couple on the defensive side of things, but nothing too impactful, I would say. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to get Penei Sewell on that right side. We do need to get a left tackle too, because Cordy Glenn's just not going to get it done. This whole entire offensive line could get changed, but we'll have to play it by ear. We'll have to play it by ear and see how it goes. That's going to do it for the episode, though. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.